Hi, my name is Beth Heile here for Board Game Geek, and I have the extreme pleasure of being joined by two actors, two creators, and more importantly, two board gamers here to have a quick conversation about some of their projects that are coming up in the near future. So I'd like to introduce Wil Wheaton and Felicia Day. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Hi,
Beth. Thanks for having us. Hi, Board Game Geek. I love you.
I know. I always go here to get my reviews. So thank you for being you, BGG.
Yeah, you are
That's
where
what I
I
like
go
to
to know that that something is worth my time or that the box is covered in lies.
So obviously you guys have some big projects coming up on the horizon. And so I'm going to let you describe it in your own words as would only be best of your new big project that is coming out very soon.
Yeah, well, I've been kickstarting the Guild reunion movie for the past 3 weeks. We have one more week left. We end on the 21st, Friday. Oh my gosh. And we've done so well. We've announced that it's going to be set at a Ren Fair, and we've passed a lot of different goalposts. So last week, we announced that as a stretch goal bonus for all the things that we're raising, we're additionally going to fund a show called Conludo. And Will, do you want to talk about what Conludo is? Because we're doing it together.
Conludo is Latin for play together. Here's how this whole thing came together. Over the last few years, Felicia, who is one of my closest, dearest friends, and I have not seen each other very much. We have not been in the same place very often. So our friendship has kind of become, hey, I saw a thing. I think you should check it out. Hey, did you read this yet? Did you hear this record? Have you gone to this restaurant? It's been that kind of thing. We've just been sort of telling each other about things that we like. Hey, I'm playing this, whatever. About every 4 months, I text Felicia and I'm like, I need a new game to play while I'm pooping. What is that game going to be? Right? She's always turning me on to great games.
iPhone.
So when the Guild, when this came up about the Guild, I was like, I'm on board. What do I do? Tell me, how do I back it? When do I get going? I want to see this movie.
He's in the movie, you guys. Okay.
I mean, I'm in the movie, but I'm still backing it because I want the poop corn bucket. So, I'm getting ahead of myself, but Felicia and her team built this amazing merch store with the most incredible merch in it, including a game you absolutely want to play. And all of the funding from this merch store goes to make the movie, yes, but then also will go to make Conludo, which is a show that gives Felicia and me an excuse to get together in the same place and be friends and hang out and share with each other the things that we love. We really enjoy playing games together. The internet enjoys it when we play games together. I enjoy playing games together for the internet. So we were like, how can we make all of this stuff kind of come together? I love tabletop and I'm so proud of it and I'm so grateful for it, but I don't want to do that again. I've already done it one time. It would be boring to do it again. We also can't do it because of complicated, annoying legal reasons that encourage, that allow me to encourage everyone to always own their IP forever. So what could we do that would be a little bit different that still involves us playing a game? The original pitch for tabletop was Dinner for Five meets Celebrity Poker, right? The idea was interesting people came to play a game and then we talked while we played the game, right? Well, tabletop really became about the game. And I loved that. It was about highlighting the game and sort of showing off why we play these games. Okay, we've done that. Let's do a show that is about what happens when we get together to play a game. When you get together with your friends for game night, you're not intensely looking at the rules and constantly talking about every play that you make. You're goofing off and making jokes and doing bits and hanging out. That is what this is going to be about. We will introduce games to people who haven't seen them before. But unlike before, I'm not real worried about, is this game even in print right now? Is this game, is this game something that I played in the 80s? Right? That we're not going to get people excited to go and play the original Dune bookcase game, but I am going to show the hell out of it because it's a legendary game. So there will be sort of things like that.
A little more personal, a little more informal.
Yeah.
Same curation, because over the years I have pitched so many tabletop based games based on my, creating Geek and Sundry and all the shows there. I can't tell you how many times I've been rejected by Hollywood because they don't want to highlight independent creators. In fact, the idea that I would pitch them in a show where they didn't own everything, or it was not something that they could brand or charge an exorbitant amount of money to place it in there. They were like, this is a non-starter. And that makes me sad because the heart of Geek and Sundry was introducing people to things that they don't know they love, but they will love. And that was the heart of all the shows we did there. And the heart of the Guild itself. Like, it's about gamers and showing people that gamers are not different from you, but gaming can bring you together in ways that create lasting friendships. So that's kind of what we wanted to sort of put as a spirit of this show. And I think, Will really helped me understand that vibe can be done in this way, in this format. He really, it's just great getting together with friends and brainstorming formats together. How fun.
One of the questions I was going to ask you, like, well, who is your target audience? Did you want to sort of cater to the hobbyists who are big time BGG users, or did you want to, one of the things Tabletop was really good at was introducing people to modern design, game design, and how much it's improved over the decades. It sounds like perhaps that this could even be a whole nother section. It's just people who find the banter and the community welcoming, and there just happens to be a game on the table.
At the risk of getting dragged real hard, I'm making this show for us.
Yeah.
I'm making the show that I want to make, where I hang out with my friends and we're silly together. I already reached out to some friends and pitched them. And I was like, do you want to come do this? And I was like, it's not tabletop. It's hanging out, playing a game. It's not competitive. There's no trophies. It's a little different. And every single one of them was like, when do we start? And I was just so excited to hear that. Right.
Yeah.
I think that when you start making a show for an audience, you are implicitly excluding whoever's not in that audience. So what I think we need to do is make something we feel good about, that we can stand by, that we're real proud of, whether there is a massive audience or a tiny audience, trusting that there are enough people out there who like the same things we like, that they are going to show up. Felicia made this amazing video about a week and a half ago where she talks about why she's kickstarting the movie and why kickstarting Conludo. And it all comes down to, we know how to do this better than the studios do.
Yeah.
We know the material. We know the audience. We know the production process. We're experts in this. And every time you talk to a studio, they're like, we love your idea. We'd like to throw all of it away and dump our idea on top of it. And what Felicia said about networks and studios really wanting to absolutely own everything, that's why everything is derivative these days. That's why we have endless remakes of things that didn't even need to be remade once, let alone the third or fourth time they're doing it. Right.
Yeah, and to me, like, whatever I make, whether I'm making a movie, which is going to be, a lot of money, whether I'm making a small video, like, if I can pay forward and introduce people to things they'll love and also highlight people doing something they love that it's impossible to get word out on, like, that kind of curation. And so, sort of circular creativity and introduction is so important to me. Will mentioned that we have a card game with the Kickstarter. It's called Swords and Sweethearts, and it's essentially an RPG dating sim in card form. So you build your character up, you date people, you roll to see if you get them, and the highest points. You're getting a harem, kind of, a bunch of things. But I ask all my friends, will you be a card in this game? And I can't tell. We have 100 cards. We have Nathan Fillion, we have Erica Ishii, we have Matt Mercer, we have Settlers of Catan, we have Brass, we have Munchkin, we have, tons of board games, tons of video games like Hades and Mugenics and Binding of Isaac. We have Night Vale, we have Hello from the Magic Tavern. All these people from all these walks of life who I've either been part of their world or I've highlighted their stuff, and just this creative community just helping each other. And that's the essence of Conludo and the Guild. And that's the essence of this Kickstarter. It's going to be hard to make a movie, but we're going to make it on whatever we have. And if we get to make this show, and I'm just cutting out the middleman, these people don't understand what I've done. But I do have an audience who does, and hopefully they'll support us. And they have. So thanks. That's it.
Knowing that this is such a personal project for you guys, you've been friends, very best friends for years. Were games always a part of that friendship, or was that something that developed later? Like, when did you guys realize this was a thing that you shared in common as passion?
Can you remember the first time we played together? I'm trying to remember what that was.
No, but I remember going to Origins with you and Anne and just having the best time. Not only did we play games like part of our guest being a guest there, but we played games afterwards. And you introduced me to so many board game designers, and I got to know the community in a way I'd never known before. And I was like, this is amazing. These are people who are their own bosses, being creative. And the fact that the world has exploded so much, going to Gen Con, seeing the Let's Plays, the D&D, all the board games, so many wonderful, diverse companies making it out. It's just awesome. But I think it's because we were at conventions, and then Will would be like, come play a game with me and my friends. And I'm like, I've never played a game like that. And I would be like, whoa, this is amazing. So it's mostly Will.
I am sort of a typhoid Mary of gaming.
Super effective.
I definitely infect people with the gaming virus. You're so very welcome.
Yeah.
I want to take a moment and shout out just all of the remarkable online live plays and explainers and reviews and hangouts around gaming that were made by people who loved tabletop and wanted to do their own take on it. I love it so much. I'm so happy when I see every single one of those. All of y'all who make your shows on gaming, I love you so much. I can see ones that are clearly inspired by what we did, and it just makes me feel it's like watching your kid just go on to like look at he's graduating. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm seeing it happen.
I'm a little jelly. I mean, that's the FOMO. I will tell you, FOMO is probably driving the show a little bit, at least on my part, because I'm like, hey, I used to do that. Can I do it again? And we're going to do it. We're going to be part of the pack of many, many people doing wonderful things. And I'm just happy. I would just want to be part of it again.
When Felicia asked me if I wanted to do this together again, like one of the first questions I had was, okay, but why us? Like other people are doing it really well. Like, why would we go back to that space? Why would we go back and do it? It has to be something that's a little bit different, right? Than just coming back to do the same thing. And as we talked about that, what I kind of realized is like our friendship and the vibe that we bring to the table when we're playing a game is something I really like to be around.
Yeah.
It's just fun. I feel like we kind of set an example for how to do this, right? Like enjoy the experience. Don't be competitive. Don't ever let Dr. Hannah leave the room so Will loses the game that we're supposed to win together.
We just actually we're hosting the Stuart Fails to Save the Universe After podcast now. And I was like, I turned to him, I was like, oh, this is like what it's going to be like on Conludo, except we're the boss.
We were every day on that set. We would be in between episodes. And I was like, are you as excited to get back like behind the table as I am? Like we just couldn't wait. Right. It was just like, let's go ask the audience. Does the audience want this as much as we do? And so far the answer has been like an incredibly loud yes.
Yeah.
Like it's the kind of yes that like went around the planet. It was so loud. So
we're doing very well, but we still need to beat the number one spot. So.
Felicia really wants to beat Veronica Mars. So like we really need, we're really hoping, guys.
Officially the number 2 Kickstarter.
Beat Veronica Mars. Felicia attains like her special victory condition. My special victory condition is I actually win a game that we play. But Felicia's victory condition is I beat Veronica Mars.
It's a wonderful franchise with wonderful actors. It's time for them to go down because it's 2013.
Yep.
2013. That's 14 years. We've got to beat this record. I will be fine with number 2 and after we finish, but I'm not fine with it right now. So help us out. Get the at least get the card game. You could put that on eBay later and sell it. I promise.
You live in this world with us. You see what's going on. You experience the horrors every day like we do. So does everybody else in the audience. As we've been talking about this and we've been developing this and like refining it, I have been taken back to 2008, 2010, when everything just seemed like there was so much possibility ahead of us and that we were like, really redefining what we were going to do and who we were and what our expectations were. And it was so fun and it was so rewarding. And it was wonderful to experience really being part of a community that we helped hold together a little bit. And I miss it a lot.
Yeah.
The last 10 years have been horrible, just awful, the worst of my life. And hopefully they will not have competition for the worst of my life going forward. But I need, in this moment, I need a reason to get together with my friends and turn off the outside world for a minute. I need a reason to remember like what we fight for. I need to like make that space. And as we have been doing this, I have just been remembering how much fun it was back then. And just like the joy of discovering a new game or meeting a creator who's like I remember meeting Grace and Mamrie and just like falling in love with what they did and meeting Hank and John and falling in love with what they did. Like just, that was something really, really special. And the world has changed so dramatically since then. Maybe we can kind of create a little bit of a portal that opens us back up to a time when it wasn't so awful all the time, or at least we could pretend for 42 minutes before we go back to it.
At least from my chair within the board game industry, I can say that we as companies are incredibly supportive of each other. Like, I am proud to be in this industry. I have seen such amazing stories of companies helping out other companies during COVID, helping each out during conventions. Someone who had their entire cash box stolen, everyone came together to make sure that they could make enough money. I mean, like, there are so many uplifting stories from the board game community, like on the business side, that I love that spirit of just adding to that goodwill, adding to the joy of being together through this thing that's on your table.
Being at Gen Con was like such an uplifting thing because I went from Comic-Con in San Diego, which I love for some reasons, but it's very corporate heavy and very big company heavy. And going from there immediately to Gen Con, where everybody is like their own boss and their families are there in the booth. And like, however big the board game company, you're right. It felt like everybody is sort of being treated as equals. And I love it. It felt like coming home a little bit. And I'm definitely going to be at Gen Con here. That's for sure.
Comic-Con has come to feel like a place where there's velvet ropes everywhere that you're not allowed to go past. And Gen Con is a place where there are no velvet ropes and everyone is invited to this party as long as you're not a dick. And like Felicia's right, it feels like home. It's very much, it's like a community, right? And like I have felt so welcomed and supported and loved by the community of gamers, tabletop gamers and RPG players, like going on over a decade now, like coming up on 20 years. And that's great because I remember when I was a little kid and when I was a teenager, it was not cool. It wasn't safe. It wasn't welcoming. Even other people who play games were gatekeeping dicks about it.
Yeah.
So when we started tabletop, one of my North Star rules was destroy the gatekeepers, make gaming available and accessible to absolutely everyone. And and one of the goals with Conludo is remind people why, and remind ourselves why we carve out this time to play games together. And like how games facilitate storytelling and your imagination and your critical thinking and your problem solving. And maybe everyone doesn't have to gang up on me this time.
Well, to wrap things up, I'm going to end with the obligatory dumb party question. I'm prefacing that it's dumb.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
I love dumb questions. Go.
Exactly. So if you could have any person at the gaming table, living or dead, who would you most want to have experience a game with? Ooh.
James Baldwin.
Ooh, that's a good one. Do you have an idea of what game you'd want to play?
I don't care. I just want to sit at a table with James Baldwin and listen to him talk.
Wow.
I just want him to talk to me about everything that's on his mind. We could probably play, I bet James Baldwin would be an incredible Fiasco player because he's such an incredible storyteller. I bet we could do the most amazing Fiasco together.
My choice would be Katharine Hepburn because she's a sassy lady and she'd drink me under the table while we played some kind of card building, like deck building game. And I would feel cooler having been around her. She's always been like my idol because she just doesn't give an F. And even though Hollywood like punted her down and like, oh, you're washed up, she came back and proved it over and over again that she was just unique. And I just love that. So the fact, she would be pretty fun.
Would you be as ruthlessly competitive against Katharine Hepburn as you are against me?
Yes. No.
No, of course you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. So. You'd help her cheat.
I've seen you lose, Will. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you'd help her cheat. You'd pass her cards under the table.
Yes, I would. Yes.
Sure. 100%. Well, James Baldwin and I are over here playing honestly according to the rules with respect for the entire tradition. Yeah.
And I guess
that's Conludo for more of this.
Speaking for myself, I would want to play a limited communication party game with Robin Williams.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
Right?
That would be really fun.
Right?
Like a concept or yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, or telestrations or something like that. My backup answer, though, is that if I wanted like a real thinky thing, I would want to play Ark Nova with David Attenborough. Because he has so many. He has such an interesting life.
Beth, you win.
And there's a lot. Well, I got to think about this, so I'm cheating. There's downtime. There's some analysis paralysis there. So then he could just tell us stories of his life and about like, oh, I saw that animal when I went on this expedition, and just like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
David Attenborough narrating your analysis paralysis would be really funny.
Right.
My friend Cal, who I've played games with since I was in high school, has an app on his phone that sounds like ringing a bell. And if you're doing analysis paralysis too long, Cal just taps the bell over and over and over and over again. And it's never not funny. It's never not funny. So I would love David Attenborough doing a description of that. Morgan Freeman would be a great backup for that as well.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you so much for squeezing us into a very busy schedule right now.
And you are so delightful to talk to. I want to
thank you
again very soon, please.
And I'm glad to also just to hear that uplifting community spirit of the joy and the friendships that gaming can bring to us. I think a show that has that as its heart, it seems like it's going to be a magical thing. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with.
Well, thank you. We are too.
Thank you.
Just excited to get back on and get together again.
Yeah, it's going to be like getting the band back together is just going to be great. I mean, we've been hanging out more than we have for a long time because we host the podcast together, and then when we're not doing the podcast together, we're working on this together. So like it's the Felicia and Will show all over again. And
I get to pick some games.
I'm excited for that as well. Because believe it or not, we have different tastes in games, and Felicia can bring stuff to me that I would not seek out on my own. I want to say thank you to everyone who has backed us so far, who's backed the Guild so far, and who is backing so that we can do Conludo. Thank you for trusting us. Thanks for taking a chance on us. And thank you for, whether we get to make the show or not, the gift of me getting to be with my friend again all the time has been incredible. So if it's a full 10, if it's multiple seasons, if it's two, at least. Whatever it is, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, this is going to be a special experience that I feel really good about. And it does not happen if you, person I will never meet, doesn't take a chance on us. So for real, thank you for that.
Thanks, Beth. Thanks for having us on.
You're very welcome.
Please go to watchtheguild.com to back us. Our Kickstarter is over August 21st. We're going to have a 6-hour live stream on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Felicia Day to close out the campaign with performers, cast, all of that. Will, hopefully you can come. I forgot to invite you. I was going to invite you today. We only are planning this thing today because we are flying by the seat of our pants. But please come by. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Play more games.